Hey guys, it's Carolyn from All Day I Dream About Food. Welcome to my kitchen. Just like many of you, I am stuck at home. I am staying home a lot of the time, social distancing, and I have 3 kids at home. 3 kids who will be home for the rest of the school year. Isn't that fun? Anyway, I'm going to show you how to make a kid-friendly recipe today that I created for Swerve. These are keto Oreo truffles. They're not really made with Oreos. They're made with Swerve, of course, and black cocoa powder. Now, if you don't have black cocoa powder, you can use regular cocoa powder as well, but dark cocoa powder is what gives Oreos their distinctive flavor. So we're gonna use that today. So let's get started. Here I have 1 1/4 cups almond flour. If you happen to be allergic to almonds, you can use sunflower seed flour, pumpkin seed flour, anything in here would be fine. And I'm going to add 1/2 cup of powdered Swerve. I like to put my Swerve in a container because I buy the big bags. So I like to have it in a more accessible form. Here I have my 1/2 cup measure, and that's 1/2 cup of powdered Swerve. And now we're gonna add our dark cocoa powder. And I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of this. And we're going to, and we need a little bit of salt. So about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, just to bring out that chocolatey flavor. And we'll just whisk these together. And you can see how nice and dark it is, and you can tell that dark cocoa is very distinctive. Okay, now we're going to add 6 tablespoons of melted butter and a little bit of vanilla extract. I put about 1 teaspoon in. And you can start mixing it after this and see where you are. And then if it's not sticking together, you're gonna add a little water. So let's see how things feel after we mix it in. It all depends on your cocoa powder. The cocoa powder can be they differ in absorbency, and so this is where the amount of water you add can differ depending on what you're using. See, again, you can see the nice dark color here. Very distinctive, very much like Oreo cookies. I think I'm not gonna need too much water, but I'm going to add, because you really want it to stick together. So I'm going to add at least 1 tablespoon. We'll see how we're doing. Okay, that's a little mushier. I think I might be able to get it to stick together a little better. The black cocoa powder I have, by the way, is from King Arthur flour, but you can use like even Hershey's Dark is dark enough for these. Okay, I think this is good. Again, you can see just how dark it is, darker than when you put in like natural cocoa powder. Okay, so let's see. This, we're gonna take about a tablespoon, maybe a little more than a tablespoon of the dough, and just kind of squish it. I always toss it back and forth between my hands, squishing. So that gets it to hold together really nicely. And then just roll it into a ball. And I'm gonna put mine over here. See, it looks like Oreo. See how dark that is? Okay, I'm going to put it over here on a wax paper lined sheet, because these are gonna need to freeze for a little while before you can dip them in chocolate. So we'll do a few more, and then we'll put them in the freezer. Just roll them into balls and put them on your cookie sheet. And since I don't want to bore you, I'm gonna do the rest of these off camera and stick them in my freezer. I'll probably freeze them for about an hour, and then I'll show you how to dip them. See ya. Hey guys, I'm back. I've let my Oreo truffles freeze for about an hour, and I'm ready to dip them in some chocolate. So here I have melted double boiler style, of course, because that's always the best way to melt chocolate. I have melted 4 ounces of sugar-free chocolate, and I always put in a little cocoa butter because it helps it melt more thinly and more smoothly. You can use coconut oil instead. So we just take a frozen truffle and we drop it in our melted chocolate and toss it around. I always use 2 forks for this, but you can use whatever you have. And then you just need to spend a little time tapping off the excess chocolate, and you put it back on your pan. Now, another little thing is I have sugar-free sprinkles. So I'm gonna put a few of those on top of each of them too. Because the truffles are frozen right now, the chocolate will set very quickly. So you wanna put the sprinkles on as soon as possible. So we'll do another one. Just toss it around, coat it completely, and then tap off the excess chocolate. Put it on our tray, and a couple of sprinkles. These sprinkles are from the Sprinkle Company, and she sells on Etsy, and they're just really fun. These are unicorn? These are mermaid sprinkles, so they're bright and colorful, and they appeal even more to my children. We'll do one more, and then I'll show you what they look like in the end. Okay, tap off all that chocolate. And the nice thing about freezing the truffles is that you can set the chocolate almost immediately, and then you don't have to wait for them. You don't have to toss them back in the fridge or the freezer. Okay, let me show you one of my Swerve Oreo truffles. Totally sugar-free. Ooh, it didn't quite set yet, but that's okay. Nice and close up. Look at that. Isn't that delicious? And that is a nice, easy recipe. You can even do this with your kids if you have kids at home. And it doesn't use any eggs or anything that you might have to buy fresh. So there you go. Have a lot of fun with that, guys. See you later.